Igbo politicians in dilemma over Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's release, Biafra-exit and Nigerian state. Here are the news in details. Wonderful people of Biafra, lovers of freedom all over the world, you are welcome to Biafra Unite channel / television this very moment. Today's date is 15th of April 2024, and I have a video for you. Biafrans and lovers of freedom, I want you to pay very good attention to this very news, because it's very, very important. I can assure you, my people, the time has come for them to begin to speak. That time we all have been waiting for is here. And let me make it very clear before playing the video for you. The only reason why they are speaking up today is because of the Biafra Republic government in exile and Mazi Simon Ekpa. I am going to say something very, very important, but first of all, I want you to pay attention and watch the video. After the video, I'm going to analyze it and then say something. There is something very, very significant I want to talk about concerning Mazi Simon Ekpa and these Igbo politicians. So first of all, I want you to watch the video. Don't go nowhere, because we still have more in the kitchen.
Now, the Igbos have received serious bashing in Nigeria.
Just look at this.
In terms of marginalization. This is a country that has survived going into 50 years after the Civil War, and people were given 20 pounds no matter how much you had in the bank, and they survived with that 20 pounds and are still standing. These were people that were promised rehabilitation, reconciliation, reconstruction, and all those were practicing the breach. 50 years after, we're still fighting in the parliament for a Southeast Commission to do those three things that were promised after the Civil War in 1970. This is a people who, in the last election, showed that they have the population to vote in a president for Nigeria. Now, recently, the gentleman who was championing the Oduduwa Republic and was incarcerated in a neighboring country has been released and is free and is traveled abroad. Now, Nnamdi Kanu, who was also championing the creation of Biafra, has been kidnapped, incarcerated, even after the courts have said that he has no case to answer. The Igbo see it as further telling them that they are second-class citizens in their own country, and there is a different treatment for them as compared to others. These same Igbos made their own contributions, which in no way you can say is inferior to the contribution of any other part of Nigeria for the independence of our country. These are people who are they are lucky that God created them with the spirit of enterprise. And you have seen what they've done with their 20 pounds. Go around Nigeria and tell me how many cities you will see that are as well developed as, even let's take the state capitals. Not to talk about going to the hinterland in Igbo land and see the mansions that enterprise has created. So the country has refused to use these people for the growth of the country's economy. If they allowed the Igbos to thrive and to influence others positively, rather than hounding them wherever they are, I think the country would have developed faster and better. Igbos created Lagos, Igbos created Abuja, Igbos created Kaduna, Kanu, most of the country, Port Harcourt. And when you have such people, it is the country to use, for the country to use them to the country's advantage and not to continue to suppress them. So we feel very, very unhappy in the Nigerian state. But what we promise Nigerians is that we're not going anywhere. We are not going anywhere. We'll be here until we reap the full benefits of our contribution in building this nation. It is either a magnanimous, the tribalized leader gives us what is our due, or by the grace of God, when we get there, well, if the current mantra is the only way people can get their due in Nigeria, when it is our turn, we'll see whether we...
Mad people everywhere. You see, the reason why sometimes I talk to these people without respect, because in the Igbo sino na abu asokata zanya ekpulu nkata n'isi wee gwa ya okwu. These people have proven to us that they are not just confused, but they are shameless. He was talking about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and Sunday Igbo, and he came back again to say they are not leaving, they are not going anywhere, that they are going to be there to reap the fruit of their labor. And he said that they are not asking for too much, they are asking to be given an opportunity. Who will give you the opportunity? Who will give you the opportunity? The only person you have today in the zoo politics that wants to be the president of the zoo from Igbo extraction is Peter Obi. Now look at what Peter Obi is doing. Gallivanting all over the northern zoo, commissioning borehole, wearing Almajiri cap, going to mosque in order to please the Fulani. How do you want to please the people who are wiser than you? He thinks he thinks they're wise. He thinks they're wise. Fulanis are fools, right? They don't have sense. They don't know anything. That's what he thinks. When you sell your people to a stranger, that stranger can never trust you. That stranger will always see you as a sellout, as a betrayer who betray his own people. So he will be comparing himself. If this person can betray his people, who am I for him not to betray me? So, since all you have is Peter Obi, then you are finished. You saw what happened to Peter Obi in 2023. What did you do? You did nothing. And you are still waiting for you to be given what rightfully belongs to you in the zoo. Shame. Shame on all of you. Now, the reason why they are rising up and speaking about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is because of Mazi Simon Ekpa and Biafra Republic Government in Exile. Because of our relentless march to our freedom via the Biafra Defense Forces. Because of the way we are neutralizing the terrorist Nigerian army that come to, brutalize and abduct our people each and every day. We resist them, we neutralize them, we send them to judgment. That is the reason why they are crying up and down. If not, this Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that this man today is talking about, crying, pretending as if all is well, is it not the same Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that they all ganged up to kidnap? Today, you love him. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has become darling because now you have Mazi Simon Ekpa who is giving you, sleepless nights. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu all of a sudden is now a darling. Had he been, there was no Mazi Simon Ekpa. Had he been, there was no government in exile. Had it been, there was no Biafra Liberation Army, that it was the Eastern Security Network that the DOS sold to Igbo governors, which they confessed. Had it been that there was no Biafra Liberation Army, today, who will be talking about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? When you have suffered, took all the risk, traveled all the way to Kenya to kidnap him, and brought him back here in the zoo, now, put him under, DSS custody, in fact, almost incommunicado, where people should have forgotten about him by this time. Who would have come to talk about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? Tell me which politician will be speaking today about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, where everybody would have forgotten about him. Mr. Karo White will come and tell you he is in high spirit. The DOS will tell you they are working underground. Who will be talking about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu when these two people Karo White is telling you he's in high spirit. DOS will tell you that they are working on the ground. Who will again speak about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? It's because of Simon Ekpa and the Biafra Republic Government in Exile, BRGIE, and the efforts of the Biafra Armed Forces to neutralize the terrorists and safeguard Biafra land. Who else will be talking about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu today? So these people you see that claim to be Igbo political elders or political elites, as they claim. This man is called Okwesileze Nwodo. I don't know if he's the same if he's a brother to Nya Nwodo. I don't know. I can't tell. But he's a veteran Igbo politician under the zoo. Look at the way he's speaking. Now go see somebody. With Okpure Edokpunisi, now go see somebody. You are just lamenting. This is lamentation. You are lamenting how they released the Sunday Igboho and he traveled. Today he's in Nigeria. He's back. He's in Nigeria today, going everywhere freely. Have you asked yourself, why should he be like that? You think it's all about lamentation? It is not all about lamentation. My people, I want you to complete the video, please.
We'll produce an Igbo leader that will also follow that mantra and give the Igbos what they deserve in Nigeria. But we are...
And he said, maybe somebody will come and say it's our turn. Igbo people or Igbo person can never, ever be a president in the Zoological Republic of Animal Kingdom, Nigeria. No Igbo man can ever rule Nigeria. It is not possible. If Nnamdi Azikiwe, who was at the forefront of the battle, who fought for the liberation of the zoo from the British, was unable to rule the zoo after he fought and got independent from the British, yet he was unable to be the president of Nigeria. Of course, they made him the ceremonial president, whereby the power lied in the hands of the prime minister. As at then, that time the prime minister was the #1 citizen of the country. So if Isaac Iwe was not capable of ruling, British and Fulani that own Nigeria were unable to give the leadership to Nnamdi Azikiwe, so who else will rule? The only Igbo man that managed to get there, who happens to be Ironsi, Aguiyi Ironsi. How many days or hours did he last as the military head of state of the zoo? Since then, it is from one Fulani man to another, Obasanjo managed to rule as the military head of state for almost 1 or 2 years. They removed him before 3 years. From one Fulani to another until today. Then another Yoruba man that came is Tinubu. My people, watch the video in full, please.
We're not begging for pittance. We're not begging for something that we don't deserve. We're not begging that what belongs to anybody should be given to us. No. Give us the freedom to be equal partners with every member of this nation.
You see that? He said, give us the freedom. Give us the freedom to be equal partner. Who is going to give you that freedom? Hi!
Allow us to grow and thrive freely in our own country.
Who is going to allow you to grow and thrive freely when they know your potentials? Are you telling me that you did not listen to the audio conversation of Kunle and the current vice president of the Zoological Republic? Didn't you listen to his telephone conversation with Kunle, a Yoruba man and a Fulani man? Did you not listen to their conversation before he became the vice president of the zoo? Kashim Shettima, didn't you listen to their phone conversation? Or did you not watch the so-called first lady of the whole country, the Tinubu's wife that they claimed she's a pastor? Did you not watch her video, eyeball to eyeball, telling you how they are going to deport all Igbos from Lagos? So, nah, man, nah, these people that call themselves Igbo elders, shame on all of you, shame.
and allow us to occupy positions that are valuable to every citizen of this country to occupy. So, in a nutshell, we're asking for equity. We're asking for fairness. We're asking for justice in Nigeria. That's all. Nothing more than that.
These people are shameless, and of course, I don't have to continue playing this rubbish. Thank you, my people. To salo no mo zia umunnem and make it go viral.